Hi, I'm Rudy Fisher. I'm from Wisconsin in USA. This is my first time at the retreat. I'm on day 4 of my dry fast, and it's the first day of that the retreat has started. I first learned about dry fasting through my mother, who has been in quite a bit of pain for quite a while, like 5 years or more. She would just be in a lot of really bad pain and a lot of sleepless nights for months, and she tried so many things, and then she discovered fasting and then dry fasting and Health Universe, and it's the only thing that's been working for her. And so from her experience, I started because of my health issues. When I was a teenager, I got really bad stomach pain where I was bedridden for a month, and then I was put on heartburn medication by the doctor for like 8 years. But then I developed fibromyalgia, like just pain in my throughout my all my muscles, basically. Like it was difficult to walk, or like, write my name on a paper, or like type at a computer. And so I started dry fasting, and also I have a lot of like PTSD from some past experiences, just painful memories that come into my mind, and causes a lot of emotional things, like a lot of like anger and stress and anxiety, and it seems like things are getting better. Sometimes maybe a little worse as I'm doing the process, but then they get better. I prepared for this retreat by trying to build up for longer and longer fasts. And last month I did the 21-day cleanse protocol, and that was by far the most difficult thing I've ever done for health. Even worse than the 5-day dry fast the month before that. I just wasn't, I couldn't sleep at night, and I'd have really bad just memories just consuming my mind all night, and then I'd sleep all day when like my family was awake, and so I'd be alone with my thoughts, and that was just a very difficult struggle. But it got better, and now I'm at the retreat to do the long dry fast with the treatments here. So I'm excited to participate in the rest of the retreat. So this is my 5th day of dry fasting and the 2nd day of the retreat. I had my first treatments yesterday. It was a belly massage, and that was really, really nice. It was painful a little bit, but in a very good way. I could feel things like releasing in my gut, and just a lot of relief after that. So I want to talk about a little bit of my experience traveling here. I'm from Wisconsin in the United States of America, and I live in a little bit of a smaller town, and so the total travel time was about 24 hours for me. I had 3 flights. One was from my town to Chicago, at the O'Hare airport, and then from there I went to Istanbul, and then from there to Montenegro here. So 3 flights in 24 hours. The second flight was the longest. It was about 11 hours, and thankfully we got good seats so we can sleep. We could recline the chairs so we could sleep during the flight. It wasn't very good sleep because you're in the flight, and it's the seats are very nice for for an airplane, but it's, you know, not like your bed at home, but it was still not too bad, and it was a good new experience. So I traveled with my mother the whole time. Thankfully, she went through all the work of setting it all up. And so now I can just be here and reap all the benefits from that, and I'm very thankful for that. So we dry fasted. Our first day was the day that we left. So we woke up and was dry fasting all day, and then in the afternoon we had our first flight, and then during that whole 24 hours we were continuing fast. And so I've been fasting since then until now. I wanted to fast during the flight, and she did too. My mother did as well, because we wanted to make sure that we just want to get as much benefit as we can from this process. And the seating that we got, they had very good food and beverages that they always offered, but we always just said no, we're fasting. And some of the flight attendants were very interested about it, but they're like, it's not time to fast, it's time to eat. And so it was a little bit difficult resisting, but also we just really wanted we were just very motivated to go through this process. And you know, it's very temporary in the grand scheme of like your whole life. One 9-day dry fast is you know, just very small, and we've seen so much benefits from it already that it was actually not near as difficult to not eat or drink during the flights. Being in the air, it was a little bit, I did notice a little bit more dehydration, like the air seemed drier, and I thought maybe it was because there was like alcohol in the air from people's drinks, but maybe it was just from flying. But my mom and I consulted with Dr. Filonov on how should we prepare for this retreat. And my mother has done 2 9-day dry fasts already before this, and I've done a 5-day. And so being on the first and second day after going through there, the dehydration wasn't as bad as like on your 4th or 5th day of a dry fast. And it seems like when I fell asleep after all the traveling, like at night, I might feel a little bit more dehydrated, and when I wake up, more dehydrated. But then after I wake up more, it seems like somehow my body finds more moisture, and it's like my mouth seems to be less dry when my body wakes up and is more active and I start walking. But also the air here, you can just feel the moisture in the air here by the ocean, and it makes it it's very relieving. And sometimes I'm just like sitting by the ocean and just like taking really deep breaths in my nose, because it's just such a relieving thing to take in that wind that's coming towards me, and it's just very relieving and calm. I talked a little bit about my mother has done a lot of more dry fasts than I have, so I want to talk a little bit more about why she started doing it, and then why like I started doing it. So she was in excruciating pain. She has occipital neuralgia, which is like nerve pain that gets very bad at the back of the neck and head. And then she also has migraines a lot. And there's been years where like half of the year she wouldn't get hardly any sleep and she'd be in just insane pain. She would have like electrical pads, like a TENS unit connected to like the back of her neck to try to relieve the pain, and it would just make her head very red back there. And she was trying a lot of different things like massages and other things, but nothing really helped. And then when she was finally like just very discouraged and said like I've been doing all these things and nothing's helping and I'm still in all this pain and I just can't take it, my brother said, well, you've been trying everything and nothing's working, so why don't you try nothing and just fast, you have nothing to lose. And so she did a water fast, and she tells people she didn't do it the right way because she didn't research how to do things correctly. But even so, she did a water fast, and by day 10 all of the pain in the back of her neck was completely gone. And then she refed, and she did some of the, I think she refed with beef bone broth or chicken bone broth and some other things. And you talk to like Dr. Filonov, and that's not really the correct way to refeed. But even then, it was just that fasting process was enough to relieve her pain, and it was gone for quite some time after that. And so now whenever she gets that pain that comes back every few months, she goes right into a dry fast now, and then it keeps the pain very manageable. She can sleep really well. And then after 9 days, she'll break it, and then she'll get really restful sleep during her refeeding, and the pain just doesn't ever get bad. And then after like 10 or so days, the pain just goes completely away. And so our whole family has just been amazed by the results that my mother has had, just seeing her struggles through the years and her health journey with all of her pain and things, and just seeing how it works firsthand. Like it really motivated me, because I've had, I would say my first thing that I want to heal is my emotional state and my mental state. And I know it's related to my gut health as well, and some trauma in my past. And I've been finding a lot of results from fasting as well, and the cleanse is the 21-day cleanse. And so seeing how it's helped my mother, I decided to fast as well, and I've been getting relief with fasting for sure. Like after my 5-day fast, I felt very good, very positive, and I had a very hard time staying positive because my mind would just dwell on like negative experiences that I've had. And like right now, like last night, I didn't have really any PTSD or like anger problems or really much anxiety, and even now I just feel calm. And yeah, I've actually been feeling kind of especially at night, like more sentimental and like just very thankful, like almost like I want to start crying because of just thankfulness, just for little things that I usually take for granted. And yeah, so that's been, I guess, my motivation for fasting. And so yeah, we really wanted to go on this retreat to get the full benefits of all the treatments and the consultations and things. So yeah, it's been really good. So I think that's all I'd like to say today. Mouth's feeling a little bit dry after talking, so thank you. It's my 6th day of dry fasting and the 3rd day of the retreat. I'm feeling more tired. Last night I couldn't sleep, and neither could my mother, and we went for a walk near the town and by the ocean, and walking was really good. We just took it very slow, but it was very nice to walk by the ocean. The weather is very nice right now. It's very moist and hydrating. Makes it a lot easier, I think. So I came here with my mother, and I'm thankful that I have family here, because we've been able to support each other a lot through this, and I think it'd be a lot harder if I came by myself for this. Last night, my mother and I were both getting like tremors, and I was getting more like squirmy, like I had to like tense or squirm, move around, and kind of have like a little anxiety attacks, but they pass and they're totally normal with the process, and I have a lot of times where I feel almost normal. I was feeling very good. I had just did about a mile walk by the ocean just before now, and it felt really good. I was doing the breath technique that Dr. Filonov and Svetlana were teaching us in the lectures today, and I'm glad all my family are very supportive of the dry fasting my mother and I are doing. We're a Christian household. We believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ, and we know in the scripture people would fast a lot for, like the Jews would fast a lot for spiritual reasons. So we knew about fasting through that, but we didn't know, for example, like this method of fasting, like dry fasting for health and for your mental state. So I'm thankful that my family's been very supportive. I don't talk a whole lot about it with friends. I have sometimes people don't react to positively sometimes, which is okay. I know that they love me anyway, and they just are worried because in America there's not a lot of information about dry fasting, and there's a lot of misunderstandings. Like in school, we're taught you go 3 days without water and you die, and that's it. But here I am on day 6. I've not drinking anything. I've not eaten anything, and feeling pretty good. And yeah, I think this is my first time also being in another country. I have lived in America, in the United States, all my life. I've never went outside, and so it was a little bit scary going outside the country the first time, especially across the ocean into Europe and through Turkey. But I'm thankful my mom did a lot of research, and she did all the hard work of looking into flights and booking the flights and the seats, and coordinating those things. And it was a little stressful between the flights just to get to where you needed to go, but there's always someone to ask. And it's, it's pretty safe, a lot safer than what I was worried about. Like I worried about it more than I needed to, for sure. And here I feel more safe, like, than my own street. Like I don't usually unlock my door in my house because It's a pretty nice neighborhood, but some things happen once in a while. And here I feel like I don't have to worry at all. It's just very safe, and it's really nice having the support of Healthy Universe and the team, and then the other participants here who are also fasting, and just being able to fast with a group of people. And it's been a lot easier to fast through this process than at home. Yeah, the treatments are really good. Some of them hurt a little bit or a lot, but you know, I came here for all the benefits, and I know that you know, they really know what they're doing here, and they do a lot of research and things, and I know that it's going to benefit me. So, and it's very brief how it hurts, and then you can tell that it's doing a lot of relief in the body and things, and yeah, so it's going good. I'm looking forward to, I actually am more thinking about my first health crisis. I want that to happen, to get through it, and because I know after that, then once that's finished, I might be able to break the fast and start the recovery. But yeah, so everything's great here. As I'm like closing my eyes, I'm just very tired. But I think that's all I'd like to say for today. My mouth's getting dry again, so thanks. This is my 7th day of dry fasting, and I think right now, so this is the longest I've ever gone dry fasting, and I'm in the healing stage now where healing can start. I don't know if I've hit my healing crisis yet. I feel, so the symptoms I have is upset stomach on and off. I actually feel a little bit of pain and like warmth by my liver, but not too bad at all. I got, one of the treatments was there's a bee sting by the liver, and that heated it up really well, and no pain from the bee sting during the treatment. A couple of days ago that happened. Last night I had another anxiety attack, but my mom showed me the dry brushes that you can brush on your arms and your legs and back and things, and that really helped. Like in 5 minutes it was pretty much gone. I'd say night's probably the most difficult. During the day I feel pretty good. This morning I walked about 2 miles along the ocean, and just the air is just such a nice thing right now. It just feels like someone's pouring a sheet of water and blowing wind through it, and you're just getting hydrated, and it's such a relief. My emotions are all over the place. I was actually crying a lot while I was walking, and I was thinking about just life and God. Actually, I believe in the Bible, and I'm thinking how much God loves me, and it was very unexpected. I didn't expect to really cry at all, and then it just kind of started happening as I walked. But also walking really helps relieve the symptoms, I think. Like I almost feel almost normal. I just walk very slow. For fasting, weight can be a concern, like you lose so much weight and you're already maybe underweight or at a healthy weight. With dry fasting, I've found personally, and I know this is what Health Universe staff says too, because based on their research and things, you don't lose a whole lot of muscle tissue. A lot of it's more of your fat tissue. And actually, I think a lot of the weight is just from water weight, honestly. And I think I hold like 10, I'm American, so I'm going to say 10 pounds of food in my stomach or digestive tract, probably nonstop. So my most weight loss was probably the first few days where I was getting rid of all of that food. And right, usually I'm at about 190 to 200 pounds. I'm 6 foot 2 inches. And right now I'm at about 170. So it is the lightest I've been at, since I've been this height. But I don't really feel like I look too bad. I can see more of like the muscles beneath the fat tissue, and I pinch my belly and it's maybe half as much as normal. But yeah, I think I'm a little bit dizzy too, but I'm just honestly, I'm just very thankful to be here doing this retreat and being cared for by the staff and being with everyone else doing it as well. It's really a lot easier fasting here than at home, actually. And I definitely recommend considering if you have some health issues you need to address. I think that's all I'll say today. I'm going to go walk some more to rehydrate. So it's day 5 of the retreat, and I'm on day 8 of my dry fast. Just feeling mostly really tired. I'm not really dizzy per se. It just feels kind of floaty, like I'm in almost like a kind of a dream world. It's kind of strange, but very, very calming. Last night, I had a lot of energy, and I actually did like a upper body workout just with body weight mostly. So I did some things that I would do at home, like a overhead press just with my fists, or like bent over flies, or I was doing some squats in the bed actually too, and I didn't feel lightheaded or dizzy or at all, and it just felt really good to move. And after that, I was able to fall asleep. I did probably that for a couple hours. I'm thankful I got about 8 hours of sleep this morning, on and off. A good 5 hours straight at first in the morning, early morning. I also had my first real tremor today, this morning. It was just like shaking actually, and felt really cold, but it passed after a couple days. So I hope that means my body is healing, and it's my healing crisis starting. And just mostly, I'm just mostly tired. I'm getting more of the memories in my head and feeling a little bit more upset about them, but it's very mild, and I'm able to concentrate on other, good things. Like I went for a walk on the beach again, and the breeze just feels so good. And I have a leaf here. I was rubbing it on my face and things, and it felt good to do. What else do I want to say? So the routine in the retreat is we have quiet time between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. here. The Health Universe team will tell you between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. is really important to heal your nervous system so you want to try to rest. And I need to be able to do that better, because last night that's when I was working out with so much energy. But and then in the morning, mostly just free time. You can rest or walk or anything. There's also an exercise that they give us to write with our left or non-preferred hand. So I'm right-handed, so I would use my left hand, and it would help heal the mind because I have those memories and things. Then during noon or around noon hour, there's lectures, one in Italian, one in English. I skipped the lectures today because I wanted to get out and rehydrate by the ocean. But those are really good information there. You're able to ask questions the night beforehand, and they'll answer in lecture and give advice. Also, we have a group chat that the team gives good information on about refeeding and other information. And then in the afternoon into early evening, I think people have treatments throughout the day, but we are scheduled our different treatment hours. Mine's in the afternoon. So we go to those. And then after that, it's pretty much free time to do what we need to. Trying to think. Oh, another really great thing I was thinking about is the hotel staff is really good at cleaning your room. You can request, like if it's getting sandy, and they do a really good job of cleaning up for you, and they'll do your laundry and make your bed and clean your sheets for you. So I think one thing that's been really helping me is I brought my phone that can have Wi-Fi, so there's Wi-Fi here, and I've been watching something to help me relax and just because my mind is still kind of busy right now, so it's hard to sleep sometimes. So I'll have like ASMR videos on my phone playing. There's some people online who post like 40-minute or 1-hour videos, and some of them say they're Ramadan ASMR videos. And because my mind is my body really wants what's in the video, for me it really helps to focus on the sound of it, as well as having the ocean in the background. It helps me sleep. It just like a suction to my mind, because that's what my body wants, in this temporary state of fasting. So I think that has been really helpful for me. I can see how some people could be bothered by it, so I just do it alone in my room. Headphones too, if you want to do that, like while you're by the beach. I think I would have brought more rain gear because it rains more and it's more wet, but it's okay because we went to a market, and they had rubber boots and rain suits and flashlights that you can hold on your head for walking at night, and more umbrellas. I think that's all I have to say. This is day 6 of the retreat, and day 9 for my dry fast. I feel very tired and weak, just shuffling to get around. Most challenging thing so far is at night when I can't sleep, and sometimes waiting for time to pass so I can break the fast tomorrow. Little nervous about breaking because I don't want my mind to go back to how it was before I fasted. But doctor said I was intoxicated with toxins, so I feel hopeful. Okay, bye. So this is the day 7 of the fasting retreat, and this is my first day of exit. So I exited this morning from fasting. So it was very, very peaceful when I exited at 5 a.m. I slept for a long time in the morning, most of the morning. I just felt like just this peace and calm, and I just couldn't stop smiling for the longest time, and it felt like I was like in Rivendell from Lord of the Rings, where Frodo wakes up there, and it's just so peaceful, and like even more so, I just appreciate the beauty of this place. Like it's such a great place to be, like especially when you're exiting a fast. Well, the last night felt very long for me, and it was very difficult. I got very, very weak, and I couldn't preoccupy my mind on a whole lot. I tried watching some TV, and it was just too much for my mind. So I'm thankful my mother was awake, and she helped me through those long nights. And yeah, it's so worth it in my opinion. Once 5 o'clock came and I exited, it's just the peace, um, and I know my body's still healing. It's going to heal for a while, but I didn't have any bad memories or any anxiety or anything. Yesterday during my treatment, I was so unexpected, but I was getting a stomach massage by one of the therapists, and especially when he would be massaging my liver, I just was crying constantly, like almost weeping, like really loud. And I don't know, like I didn't know why, because nothing really came to mind that made me sad or anything. It was almost like a release, is what it felt like, and um, they told the staff said that it's my liver, and they said don't worry, your liver is clean, and tonight's going to be a healing night for you, and that was definitely my experience as well. I think last night was a very healing night. It was very, very difficult, but it was so worth it. And just anyone who's got health issues, um, and really, it's really difficult to adopt a lifestyle with fasting before you run into a wall with your health, like you're suffering, you have pain, and you have nowhere to go to. That was my story with my mother, why she started. She had nowhere else to go, and so she started it, and it's been quite a journey since then, and it's been the only thing that's been helping her. And um, I would encourage you to try just doing like smaller fasts and incorporate it in your life. And you know, everything sounds kind of scary or weird or crazy, especially if everything sounds weird if you're not familiar with it. And if you get familiar with something, just do your research. And you know, we started with my mom getting the 21-day program, and we had a consultation with Health Universe, and it's really, when you think about it, it is for Americans, it's a really good deal for a lot of Americans, because I go to a regular doctor for a consultation, and I get maybe 15 minutes with the doctor, and I talk about one thing that's bothering me, and it's hundreds of dollars, and of course insurance takes, you know, whatever after that. And but you get like an hour with the doctors here, and it's much cheaper and it's available. And yeah, just to get that first step, if you're scared to take that step, I would encourage you to really consider and try it. It's yeah, it's not really, it may be a little dangerous if you're not researched, but you start slow, and that's very safe to do. And yeah, oh, one last thing I want to say is in preparation for this fast retreat, I had a consultation, and I had 3 or 4 months of building up fasting longer and longer, and then I did the 21-day cleanse last month, and so I did a number of like cleansing fasts, the shorter fasts, and I'm so glad that I stuck to what they prescribed for me here, because it really paid off at this retreat. And I think it would be so much more difficult for me to fast for 9 days at home, whereas here you're in this beautiful place, you're with people who are very kind and genuinely care for you, and you're with a group of people who are doing it as well, and it's very encouraging to see everyone work so hard and experience this. And so this is my first 9-day fast. This is my mother's 3rd time doing a long fast like this. She did 2 9 days at home by herself. She has family too that take care of her at times, but I've learned a whole new respect for my mother as well, for all of the work and just her toughness, just how tough she is. Yeah, just really just approach it with an open mind. If you're hurting, I would encourage you. That's just what I want people to know about this. So thank you. This is day 8 of the fasting retreat. I'm on day 2 of my exit, and I feel like I'm doing very good. Still very calm. I'm sleeping a lot. Got 10 hours of straight sleep last night. Very, very deep sleep. Like I had a dream that I don't remember, but I felt very rested, and still recovering, obviously, but it's all going really good. So also just I'm going to talk about a little bit, like in America, there's, it's a little different culture around medicine and things like that, and it's a little bit different in this retreat, in the approach and things, and like in America, the doctors are kind of there, like nurses are there, and it kind of a little bit, it's gentle is probably not a good word to describe, but a little bit more, maybe a little gentle or more nurturing, maybe you could say. Whereas here it's very, culture's a little different, where you kind of like, you are your own fisherman. I kind of think of it like, like if you're hungry for a fish, in America, the doctor will give you a fish, whereas here, you might be given a fishing pole, but you're doing your own fishing, and so you're putting in the work, and it's, everyone's been worked really hard here, and so it's not it's not as soft, I guess you could say, too, but it's really, in my opinion, my experience here is I think it's what people really need from this treatment, and yeah, people are, still very kind and things, but it's, you have to take control of your own health mentality and just listen to your body. And yeah, it's really good. That's I think that's it for today. So this is my third day of exit. I fasted for a total of 9 days. The retreat here is 12 days long. My mother booked us extra days just so we could recover. We also came a day early, so we were both on our fourth day of fasting on the first day of the retreat. Right now, I feel like I could probably travel, just taking it slow because I have some familiarity with the airport now coming here, so I think it'd be probably fine. It'd be tiring, but I could make it. Yeah, I don't. What's I gonna say? I don't. I just encourage everyone who's looking for just to regain their health and considering this to know it's very controlled, and you have the staff here who know exactly what they're doing, and they're monitoring you when you're on that edge of the crisis to make sure you're safe. And for me, the most difficult part was the insomnia and during the fast, and obviously the last night it felt like time just halted to almost a stop that last hour. And but the refeeding is going really well, and I feel very calm. I was actually looking back at my texts from before this, and I saw I had sent a text to one of the staff at Health Universe, and I was reading what I wrote, and I'm like, man, my mental state was not in a good place at all, and now it's much better. And even when I started the fast, it was much better as well. And I find my mental state fluctuates quite a bit, but I have my mother as my trailblazer, so I always consult with her. She experienced fluctuations, and obviously I have a lot more healing to do now that I've exited, and my body's going to be recovering from that deep process. So yeah, I'm very glad that I went through this process, and that Health Universe offers a retreat like this. It's a very good opportunity, and it's pretty radical from American standpoint. I don't know. I think I'll probably share this testimonial if I see it, when I see it, like on Facebook or something, and see if maybe my friends stumble on it. But I don't know if I'll say a whole lot about it. Just if they have questions, I'm happy to ask. But yeah, I think it's just a good experience. Don't be afraid to do what you need to do, and not, don't go with the crowd all the time. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.